Hello friends, welcome to my channel. If you have not subscribed it, please subscribe it, press the bell icon, hit the like button also. Friends, as you know, we have already started our series about the political science lecture. If you have not watched previous video, please visit all of that. That will boost your confidence regarding political science syllabus. Friends, now I am going to talk about the preamble. As you know, it plays a very significant role in our constitution because generally whenever we are going for purchasing any book, we are finding a preface before the book, and the preamble is the same thing in regard of the constitution book. Friends, preamble is a philosophy. Preamble is a philosophy of the our constitution. Means whatever written inside the constitution book, that is the gist or the summarized portion of that constitution. What are the ideas inside the constitution book, that is the written in the preamble also. Friends, it was like a thing which exhibit the thought process of the writers. Means preamble is the part of the constitution. And even if I will talk about the previous time, people were not considering preamble the part of the constitution. Even like Beru Bari case in the 1960, this even Supreme Court struck down this provision that they didn't consider the preamble the part of the constitution. But later in 1973, the Keshavanand Bharati case, they consider this as a part of the constitution. Rest all thing depends upon the interpretation of the constitution. Like what the judiciary is interpreting the constitution again and again, that depends upon the them only, how they are interpreting the constitution. But right now the preamble is a part of our constitution. Friends, as mentioned here, that our legislation or constitution ready was on the 26th November 1949 itself, but it was enacted on the date of the 26th January 1950, as we are celebrating 26th January as a Republic Day. And friends, this thing is due to the Nehruji, because on the occasion of the 1929 Lahore session, Nehruji gave a call for the Swaraj, means independence. That's why self order or self government, that is called independence. And on the remember of that day, that's why Nehruji urged all the members to enact the constitution 26 January 1950 itself. That's why we are celebrating Republic Day on the 26 January every year. And if I will go as per the exact wordings of the preamble, there are mentioned that we the people of India. Means it shows that what is the source of the preamble or constitution of India. Here the people of India is the source of the constitution of India, preamble of India, because you can find such type of questions in the our preliminary examination also, because they can ask you which is the source of our constitution. We the people of India is the source of the constitution. And the exact wording of the preamble: we the people of India, having solemnly resolved to the constitution in India, constitute India into a sovereign, secular, socialist, democratic and republic. Means there is a no gap or no comma in between these words: sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic and republic. It shows the nature of the states, what type of state it is showing by these type of words. And there is a no phrase in between, because it take as a whole word. Means if we will eliminate one word from that phrase, then its meaning different, totally different. Its meaning would be totally different. That's why we are chanting or reading a whole phrase in one pace, like sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic and republic. That is called the nature of the states. If anyone asks or preliminary examination would encounter you on such type of question, then you can say it shows nature of the state, or nature of the state is sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic and republic. It's to secure to all its citizens justice, which justice, liberty, and equality. What type of justice are there? Social, economic, and political justice would be there. Liberty of thoughts, expression, belief, faith, and worship. Equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all. That is called the justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. We should promote fraternity so that we would not harm the integrity of each and every person in the India. Means each and every person integrity should be considered. Then only we can be like escalate the fraternity in the society. These are the main source, and now I will segregate each and every words of the preamble so that we can learn about this more and more, because generally when we are aware about the exact meaning or exact thing about the preamble, then only we would able to understand a whole book in the nice manner. Like if I will talk, already I have mentioned that we the people of India, that is the source of the our preamble, and nature of the states is showing that sovereign, socialist, republic, democratic, and secular, and justice, equality, fraternity are the objective of our preamble or our objective of our constitution. Means there should be justice in the society, liberty, and equality. And at the last they are mentioning that on the 26th November 1949 we enacted the Constitution of India, and that is the date mentioned here. That there are five things mentioned in this our preamble, friends. And as you know, on the 24th January 1947 itself, our Constitution Assembly adopted the objectives of the objective resolution, which earlier like mentioned by the Jawaharlal Nehru in his report. And now move further. Then if I will talk about, we should not consider one word in isolation. Like we should give regard each and every words: socialist, secular, sovereign, democratic, and republic. These are the one single phrase, and it was enacted, as you know, in the 26th January 1950. And there is a reason behind because on the Lahore session I have already reiterated all the things. And what is the nature of the states? So now I am going to describe the sovereign definition. Sovereign means we are totally independent. There is no external interference in our constitution by making laws. As we know, we are like fabricating or creating laws in our India, like one tax, one country, one tax, like GST. We have not seek any permission from the United Nations and any international organization to enact such type of law in our country. That is called the sovereign. Means that's why we are called our country sovereign. And the democratic is about the democratic means these are the words our preamble borrow from the Abraham Lincoln. Like we are the people. Democratic is government by the people and for the people, and government of the people, by the people, and for the people. That is the words borrowed from the Abraham Lincoln book. And if I will talk the opposite of the democratic is called monarch. Monarch means dictatorship. There is a one sovereign person, and he would be the sole responsible for each and every like law making and execution, and he work as a judiciary. No one there to ask any questions. That is the opposite of the democratic. I think now it would clear in your mind what is the democratic. The next word is republic. What is the meaning of republic? Means head of the state should be elected. As you know, in the UK, you will find the head of the state is the monarch. They are following the hereditary like structure, because the UK Queen is the sole responsible or the monarch for their administration. But India is not following such type of strategy. Anybody or citizen of India can have the presidency of their country. The next word is socialist. What is socialist? Socialist is this words is included in the our constitution after the 42nd amendment 1976, and that created by the our prime minister, that Indira Gandhi. The socialist, secular, and integrity. These are the three words included in our constitution. So preamble: social, secular, and integrity. The what is the definition of the social? Social means there is a definition of the Karl Marx given by the social ideology. Socialism is a ideology, and that is propounded by the Karl Marx. Socialism is there is a two division of the society, like poverty and capitalism. Means there is a affluent lifestyle people are living, there is a people are poor. That means it shows inequality in the society. Karl Marx propounded a theory that the rich people are creating so many problems for the poor people. There should be abolition for the richness, and it we should unite ourselves to fight against the rich people, and that can be a bloody also, and the use of the violation also, and that can be revolutionary thinking. But in India we are not following such type of strategy. Indira Gandhi told in the Supreme Court, we are going to have our brand of this socialism. Socialism is there should be equality in the society with the help of the our government. Government is intervening in between, and they are creating so many equality. The tax structure is also example of that, because government is imposing tax on the rich people, and they are collecting money, or they are using for the social security measures like the health schemes and other social old pensionage and all things they are doing for the, that is called the socialism. Means otherwise, in the one important case, DS Nakara and versus Union of India 1983, they told us that government would interfere in between, and there would be no discrimination in this society. They try to equate all the things. Although this includes in the DPSP, it's not a fundamental right. And now move to the further word. Now I will talk about the secularism. What is the India pattern of the secularism, and what is the meaning of secularism? Secularism means we are not following, or our government is not recognizing any religion. Our India government doesn't have any, or our country doesn't have any religion. We are promoting all the religion equally, all the religions equally. That if I will talk about the another country definition, or the a Western country definition, there is a huge difference between their definition of the secularism and our definition, because they are saying that their church and religion are different. Even that they propounded in the 1721 in the Magna Carta in the UK. Means religion and church are different, and there is no interference between the power of the church and state. But in India, you will find that so many instances our government is interfering the provision of the religion also. That is called the positive secularism. Our constitution, our country doesn't have any religion. We are promoting all the religion in the equal manner. That is called secularism. Even you will find so many peoples in the China, they have different definition of the secularism. They are promoting their way of secularism. Means the government is intervening it between, and they are restricting the people following their religions, like Uyghur Muslim you have found in the newspaper several times. If I will talk about the Pakistan and Burma and Bangladesh, they are having their own religion, state religion. That's why they have their another definition of the secularism. Now move to the further, what are the objective? As I have already reiterated the things, objective is justice. Justice, what type of justice here mentioning in the preamble? Justice means just treatment. The treatment should be equal for each and every person in this country. Social, if I will talk about the social norms, after the later Vedic period, we are following the caste system in our India, and it was so much prevalent that point of time, and the minorities were, or the scheduled tribe were considered very seen and that's why they are not allowed to have drink water through their wells also. And even they consider this so low that even their stains can harm the clothes of the big pandit and like our upper caste. But nowadays we are doesn't following such type of norms in our society, and our constitution like saying that there should be all person equals. There is a no provision of the purity and pollution. Earlier that point of time, the minor people and the scheduled tribe were considered polluted, and the upper class like Brahman were considered pure. And even one example of this is that our like father of the Indian Constitution, Ambedkar, have faced so many issues regarding, even so many days he was thirsty and he was not allowed that point of time to have drink from their Brahmin wells. And if I will talk about the one famous case, that Dalmia Cement Limited versus Union of India in 1996, they reiterated in this case, and they told that we should remove all the social imbalance from the society. Now move further to the political justice, the political right to right to vote. Means our constitution providing is right to vote each and every citizen of India, doesn't matter that what caste he belongs to. An electoral roll must be there. Means there is a one condition: if you are having your name in the electoral roll, then definitely you would allow to vote for your candidate. That is called one example of the equality, that is called political equality. Social equality means we are considering all the peoples of the society in like equals, and political we are providing each and every person adult franchise so that they can vote for their candidate. And there was a violation of the even RPA. I want to reiterate one famous case. RPA, Representation of the People Act 1901, clause 8 is mentioning different thing. Earlier in the constitution there was a provision that if you are having, means if you are committing a crime in this society, then if there is a provision that if you are filing that you are finding guilty by our session court, then there is a provision of you can file your case to the upper judiciary, and you can rule up to the till the time the next court would not give you verdict. The same case happen along with so many people. If I will talk about the Shibu Soren, you might know about that personality that was a CM of the Jharkhand. In spite of that, so many cases on him, he ruled near about the 3 generation, 30 years each one generation, until the time he will reach up to the Supreme Court final verdict, then he would be die. This is the plight of our judicial system. But this provision, RP Act 1951 clause 8 clause A, now removed from our constitution book, because in 2013 there was a famous case about the Lily Thomas versus Union of India, in which our famous you might know about the politician that Lalu Yadav and Jayalalitha, after that they went up to the jail to have their jurisdiction or their imprisonment. Now let's go to the next topic. Now third one is economic liberty. Economics means status and removal of the property. Means the person who are living in India, there should be no discrimination. Accumulation of wealth should be not there. Means all people should have equal amount of money. That's why in the society, we are following the same names, and we are extracting some money from as if in the form of the taxes, and we are giving to the local people, and we are creating so many health service schemes and the social security schemes for the poor people. And the next organ of that objective is liberty. Liberty means freedom of thoughts and expression faith and belief. Means each and every person have their opinion about the each and everything, and they can express in the society. That is called the liberty. Equality is next organ of the objective of that our preamble. The banishment of inequality means absence of special privilege of any sectors. Like in the past, you might have known that so many people were the from the privileged classes, and they were like forwarded to from the other society due to their name and fame. But right now this is abolished after the preamble, because these words were in the our preamble itself. And fraternity, the last thing is fraternity. We should give importance to the brotherhood and we should consider each and every person of this India son of the same motherland, and we should dignify each and every person life, and then that should be maintained in our society. That is called example of the fraternity. Like if I will talk about the exact thing, on the 26th November 1949, on the 26th November 1949, there was enaction of the our constitution, but whole constitution was enacted on the 26th January 1950 itself. Like governance and citizenship were already in the process after the 26th November 1949. And if I will talk about the right now, what is the scenario in the society, what is the norms we are following in our constitution or India, that I want to reiterate one famous case 1960 Behru-Bari case versus Union of India. In that case, the preamble was not considered as a part of the our constitution, and that point of time we can amend the constitution due to like some misinterpretation, because that point of time the court was told by the lawyer that our preamble was not remunerated or not voted in the parliament itself. That's why they struck down this provision. But after the 1973 case, Keshavanand Bharati case, and preamble became our part of the constitution. And these type of words are the like for the interpretation of the constitution. Sometimes you will find so many vague terms in our constitution. Then the court takes the help of the our preamble to come with the final verdict of the case. That is the importance of our preamble, and we cannot struck the basic structure of a constitution, and that is the part of the our preamble, although it is not enforceable in the court also. And I want to mention one important thing here, that sometimes you will encounter one questions, our preamble having 73 words, 73 words preamble of the Constitution of India. You can remember for your preliminary examination. And even with the help of the preamble, right to privacy, right to privacy is a fundamental right now under Article 21. Otherwise, Article 21 is about the right to have life with dignity, but it doesn't include right to privacy is a part of the Article 21. But with the help of the preamble, the Supreme Court came with this type of verdict. Now they have included right to privacy into the our constitution itself, fundamental rights 21. I think that is enough for your preamble part. And friends, you can read from here, and whatever writing in this I have already told you. Please share my video with your friends so that they can get benefited, and I will come tomorrow with more portion of the political science question. Thanks for watching. Bye.